Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have already discussed about that things with you, how can get all the data from our POS table and how can visible that things in our POS dashboard area. And also if you want to delete it, then you can also delete that things from here, right? So we successfully complete that part. So now in this video, I want to discuss about one of the most important things. Like right now, you can see this that have also one of the product in our card area, that is our heavy duty. So this product is already on here. So right now I want to add this product again. So I just click on the add one. Now you can see it's now showing as a successfully add to cart. So when it's actually successfully add to cart, now this product is the same product, but you can see there is also opening with the another tab. So it not should be a display like that way. Here I want to do when first of all it should be checked when this product will be the same, only then our quantity field, that means this quantity field will be updated. So that is the things I want to do. It's pretty much simple, one of the things we have to apply. So here we define that part in our controller, that means in our cart controller. So into the cart controller, I have already discussed about that things with you. First of all, it will be get all the data, and then with the data array, I insert that data in our POS table, right? So before inserted it here, I want to define some of the condition. First of all, I want to check it this product is the same or not. Okay, so here I want to define it. So for doing this here, I want to take one of the variable. So here I take one of the variable and I just name it as a check. Okay, I just name it as a check variable, and here first of all I want to check it. So I just simply define as a db table. So into the table, that means which table. So I want to check it in our POS table. So I have already created one of the table. So that is our POS table. So into the POS table, first of all, it should be check our pro ID. That means this ID is matching with our requested ID or not. Okay, so first of all, it should be check. So here I define that part. So in our POS table, here I define one of the condition. I just define as a where condition, and into the where condition, our POS table that have also one of the field as a pro ID. So I just simply define as a pro ID, right? Yeah, that is actually the pro ID. So this pro ID will be matched with our this requested ID. First of all, I want to check it. So here I just simply check it, right? So when it will be matched, then I want to getting that our fast data. So I just simply define that fast data. Okay, so here I just simply define that fast data. So here our match data, I just take it. Okay, I just take our match data, that means only one data I just take, and I just take that data in our this variable. So now here I want to define one of the conditions. Like here you want to define one of the if condition. If they have this check data, so here I just simply define the check. So if they have the check data, first of all, like when it should be matched, then it should be increment only one field, right? That means here when our this product will be the same, then I only want to update it our this quantity field. Okay, so here I only updated this field, rather than it should be insert all the things. So here I already insert it. So for the reasons here I define that else. Okay, I just simply define that else. That means when it should be not matched, then it should be insert all the data. So I just simply cut it from here into the else position. I just simply paste it. Okay friend, so here I just simply paste it, and if they have the check, that means if they're the same product, then I only want to define another condition. Here I define that as a db. So I just simply define as a db. Here I only want to increment a specific field data. So I just simply define as a db table. So our table name as a POS, right? So into the POS table, I want to define that condition as where. That means now I have to do the same condition here when our pro underscore ID, when our pro ID will be matched with our requested ID. So this requested ID, then I want to define one of the another function. In Laravel they have the another function for the increment field as the increment. So I just simply define as the increment, and into the increment, which field you want to increment. So I want to increment our specific this field, that means this quantity field. So for this quantity field in our POS, I have defined that field name. So that is actually the pro quantity, right? So this field I only want to update at this value, specific this value. So now there is actually the field name as a pro quantity. So I just simply increment our specific this field as a pro underscore quantity. Okay, Okay friend, I hope you can well understand about it, what exactly the things I did on here. So here first of all I define one of the variable as a check, and then I just first of all in our post table, into the post table I just put that condition when our product ID will be matched with our requested ID. Then I get that first data and take this data with this variable. So now I just define one of the if condition. So if this product will be the same, then it should be increment one specific field as a pro quantity field, and else it should be insert all the details. That means with the pro ID, the name, quantity, everything will be inserted in our post table, right? So that is the condition we have to define. So here I just simply defining it. Now let's check this out. I just click on the save all, and just click on the save all, and now first of all I want to check it. Sorry, here, yeah, everything is looking great. And now if you go here, and now if you refresh it, so right now we don't need this, I just remove it. Okay, I just remove it, and now I just refresh it again. So right now friend, you can see there is the actually product is already added on here. So that is actually heavy duty. So now I want to add this product again. So click on the add. Yes, you can see friend, now it's successfully add to cart, and here our only a specific one field data is updated. That means in this field name I have defined as a pro quantity. Now if you click on the browse, here you can see only our this pro quantity is updated. So that is the condition I just simply defining on here. When it should be matched, that means when it should be the same product in our post table, it should be increment our specific one of the field as a pro quantity. So for the reasons here you can see only it's updated our this pro quantity, and here only it's updated that on here. So if you click on again, you can see only updated the quantity, not it's opening with that different tab. But if you search add to cart another product, yeah, you can see it's now added with a different tab. And also if you add on again, now you can see it's now only updated this quantity field. I hope it's very much clear to you friend. So in our next video I also want to define another things, like that is our quantity option. Into the quantity I have defined two of these button, right, as a plus button and the minus button. So if you click as a plus, then automatically it will be incremented, and when you click on the minus, then automatically it will be as a decremented. So how can define increment and the decrement, and also when it will be incremented automatically our total price, that means this total amount price will be updated. So how can do that work? In our next video I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.